took 3 times to film it actually, because the first time I did it, you know, I like leaned in and I was like, you're missing out. He was like, whoa, 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 wait, I'm not ready for this. And I was like, I'm not gonna kiss you. I was like,
Okay guys, so I don't know if you've been following this or not, but there has been this really big YouTube channel that has just started recently, and it's called, well, it used to be called The Bachelor of Provo, and now it's called Provo's Most Eligible. And so basically it's like a bunch of people who live in Provo. This channel is like a parody of The Bachelor. So basically there's this one guy, and then there were, I don't know how many girls they had to start with, maybe like 15 or so. It's all people who are like local students. It's actually taken Provo and YouTube by storm. Their first episode I know got like over 100,000 views before it had to get taken down by Warner Bros. They got into this like legal issue thing. But anyway, so it's been this really big thing. And I know I've been watching, I don't know if some of you guys have been watching as well, but I've been kind of wondering like how much of this is really real. I've heard from people I know and have had like classes with that there were actually like over 200 girls who auditioned for the show, which I thought was kind of crazy because when I started watching it, I was like, I don't think this is real, like this looks fake, set up, but I had the idea of maybe talking to some of the girls that have been on the show and just got to know their experience with it. I don't know about you, but I'm super curious as to how that all went down. So I'm gonna reach out to those girls and see if I can get in touch with them. Okay, you guys, so it's about a week later since I filmed that first video, but I was able to get in touch with one of the contestants from Provo's Most Eligible. I got in touch with Annalie Crandall, and she is actually coming over right now. She could be here any minute. I'm excited because she was actually one of my favorites from the beginning. Like, since I started watching the show, I was like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. I like her. I hope she wins.
you don't need to go to the store to find the snack. I'm right here.
And so she was always one that I was kind of watching, and she actually made it pretty far in the show, so I'm really excited to see what she has to say. She was also the only contestant so far who has kissed Colin, which is like a big deal because no one else has kissed him. So basically I went on my Instagram and I said, hey, I'm talking to Annalie today, and I got a bunch of questions from my followers to ask her. So I basically want to interview her and learn about her experience. The one biggest thing that I want to like learn and take away from this is Provo's Most Eligible fake? Are there any things that are staged? What goes on behind the scene? That kind of thing. Really excited to talk to her. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, that looks good. Do you think it's centered right? Here, I think maybe that is good.
Yeah, that looks right, yeah.
Okay.
Just turn the camera a little bit more towards hers.
I know, and I don't even notice it. I am so excited because Annalie Crandall is here for Provo's Most Eligible.
Yeah.
First thing I wanted to ask you about was, what was the time frame? When did you guys start filming, and how did that all go down?
So it was like mid-October is when we applied for it, and then it was November 1st was the first day we filmed. That first night, meeting Colin, like walking out of the car.
Oh my gosh.
It was so much fun.
What like motivated you to want to apply? Were you like really like looking for love, or were you like, this might make me famous?
I mean, I wasn't looking to be famous. It was just kind of like, I'm down to date, and I'm like, the dating show would be fun.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's why I applied.
It's like one of those things like you'd probably regret it if you didn't apply.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. I'm
yeah.
like, you don't want to miss out on it. So I was like, why not? We'll shoot our shot. We'll apply.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. That is so fun. Did you know anything about Colin, like before that first night that you guys met him?
No. So they like told us about it, and they're like, hey, so here's a picture of the guy. And they're like, you'll just meet him when you meet him. And I was like, oh, okay. So like the first time walking out of that car was the first time I'd met him.
Oh my
So like that was our real first interaction with each other.
So with that, when you were talking to the other girls that first night, were there any of the girls that like didn't actually really like him? Because it was the first time they met him.
Yeah. There were a couple girls I feel like that were kind of like, oh, I'm not too interested.
Okay.
But at the same time, there were a bunch of girls that were like, I want to stay on this show. Like, I want to keep going with it. So they just stuck with it. And they're like, oh, Colin, we love you, kind of thing. You know?
Can you name names?
Oh, I feel bad if I name names.
Okay, you don't have to if you're not comfortable. But
the women tell all, then I'll reveal all the dirty secrets.
I know that there was some drama on the show. How much of that was real, and was there any drama that was real that wasn't shown on camera?
So like the parts where I'm like talking about like Mckenna and stuff, like that's not real. Like we're so close. I love Mckenna so much. But I mean, there was a little drama. I mean, Abby, she's really sweet, but she just doesn't get along with girls so well.
I think that they're all kind of fake and super loud. It's kind of annoying. I don't know. I'm ready to see people leave.
So I remember like one night we were like sitting there recording, and then she was wearing this really pretty dress. So I go to her, I was like, hey, like you look so pretty tonight. And she just looks at me and kind of glared and like looked away, and I was like, okay. I was like, all right. Oh my gosh. Other than that, like the drama hasn't been too bad. So it's just mostly prompted drama. Like it's not exactly scripted, but we come up with it as we film. So
okay, that seems so weird to me, because you'd think with a like in that environment with all the women and all going after one guy, like, there'd be a lot of contention. But
I mean, there was a little tension too, because towards the end, like more girls started to actually like him, and we're like, oh shoot, like we're actually competing for him now.
Yeah.
And so there was a little more drama towards the end of it.
Okay, which makes sense, because when there's more feelings involved, like that's gonna happen naturally. The next question I wanted to ask, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you think you actually liked Colin, like during the process of filming?
Okay. So when I first met him, like, so like first sight, I was like, whoa, like he's a cute guy, like he's a good looking kid.
Yeah.
And so I was like, wow, I really like him. And then the more I talked to him, I was like, okay, he's more of a friend. Like our personalities like don't mash that well together.
Okay.
And so probably like a 5, you know?
Okay.
Like it was like first sight, I was like, oh, he's cute. But then after that, I was like, oh, I'm a little more outgoing than he is.
Yeah.
So
I could see
just,
that.
Yeah.
And it's nothing like against him. It's just different people are
just like different personalities. Like I see someone else who can balance me out a little better. So,
cool. And then a lot of, the main question I got, you probably know what this is gonna be, but about the kiss.
Oh yeah.
So people want to know like if that was staged, if it was awkward, like how that all happened.
Okay, I did not expect it at all. It was not planned whatsoever.
Oh my god.
And so the part that was planned was like me teasing him a little, just like getting close, you know, and being like, you're missing out, like, too bad. And so it took 3 times to film that actually, because the first time I did it, you know, I like leaned in and I was like, you're missing out. He was like, whoa, wait, I'm not ready for this. And I was like, I'm not gonna kiss you. I was like, it's okay, you got scared. He got scared.
Oh,
and he was like, wait. And I was like, Colin, please just let me do this. Like, let me just say my part. I'm not gonna kiss you. So we went through another time and he was like, wait, one more time.
Because was he like laughing or like?
Kind of good. He was just like, wait, he's like, I gotta breathe. I gotta like focus for a second. Okay, let's do this. Like, I cannot believe that. That is so funny. And so then like the third time, we're doing it. Like I'm going through the part and then all of a sudden he's like, well, I guess I won't find out what I'm missing out on unless I try. And I was like, what? And then he goes in for it and I was like, wait. And so that first part was a real like reaction. I was just kind of like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
It was good though, so.
I know before that you had like asked him to kiss.
Yep.
And then he said no. Did they prompt you to like ask him that, or was that like genuine?
Kind like I actually genuinely like wanted to kiss him, you know?
Okay, yeah.
And so I was like, oh, like I'll try it. And I was talking to Remy, I was like, well, do I just go for it? Like, do I ask him? And he was like, oh, ask him first. And so I asked him, you know, and then he was like, no. And I was like, oh, that wasn't part of the plan. I was like, okay. It's so bad.
But I feel like everybody was like, why wouldn't he want to kiss her? But whatever, like.
But yeah, it was okay. Like, it didn't get awkward after that, so it was still okay.
And then, so then I know with the last episode that just came out, the 4th episode, I think.
Yes.
During the date where you guys were at the roller skating rink, you were like, okay, I'm hoping for a second kiss here. And then you didn't get the kiss there, obviously. A lot of people were asking too, like, why was it you left the show exactly? Because you explained it a little bit, but was it because you didn't get the kiss in that episode?
I mean, it wasn't necessarily because I didn't get the kiss. It just, I mean, it kind of reinforced it because I was like, I didn't get the kiss. So I was like, oh, he's not as interested in me as the other girls.
Right.
And then at the time we were filming, I was seeing another guy kind of for a little bit. He kind of ended things like the day after we filmed it. So I was like,
dang it.
Oh, it came out and I was like, I'm actually not seeing anyone, but.
Okay.
But yeah, so I was kind of seeing someone and I was like, okay, like I don't want to waste Colin's time anymore. Like other girls like him, I'll let them have their time. So like that's kind of why I left the show.
Okay, that totally makes sense. And this was a long filming process. Like she was telling me a little bit before, like you guys were talking about how you're dating other people, and I'm like, this was going on for months and months.
Yeah,
so
literally.
You started in October, and now when did you guys end filming?
Just barely. So just now in March, which is crazy.
Yeah, so that is a really long process. So if you're out there like, oh my gosh, those girls shouldn't be dating other people, it's like this was a long time. And it's not like in the Bachelor or Bachelorette where they're actually like away from everything else, just with that person. Yeah. So that totally makes sense. Another thing that came up in the previous episodes is Elena and Annalie, the other Annalie,
Yeah.
they both saw Colin quite a bit outside of filming.
Oh, yeah.
Did you feel like that put you and the other girls at a disadvantage?
I mean, it definitely did, because, like, I didn't get to spend time with him outside of filming. I mean, I saw him, like, once in the library. We said hi to each other, but other than that, like, it was rough, because, like, they spent more time with them. Like, him and the other Annalie would hang out all the time. And so I was like, oh, okay, he definitely has some favorites here.
Yeah.
So, like, put me at a little bit of a disadvantage.
Okay, interesting. And I don't think it's coincidence then that those are the final two left in the show.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised at the other Annalie, actually, because she was seeing someone at the time we were filming.
Right.
And so I was like, oh, like, she's gonna drop out soon. And then she never did, and then she was like, oh, I actually like Colin. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is, like, totally turning. Because I thought in the end it was gonna be Elena and Kate. Oh, but then I got surprised. I was like, wow.
So between Elena and Annalie, who do you think will win? Well, who do you think will win, and who do you actually want to win?
I think Annalie's gonna win. That's my prediction.
Okay.
But I kind of want Elena to win just because she's so sweet. I love that girl to death. I just feel like Annalie and Colin, like, they work well together, but I feel like Elena and Colin would work better. That's just my opinion.
No, it's so interesting because I feel like Annalie definitely is like more outgoing, so it kind of brings out his more outgoing side. Yeah. But with Ellen, and I like don't know. I'm just based on watching the show. Like you actually know all these people, but Elena and Colin, they seem like they have more similar personalities. So
they do. That's my opinion, but I think it's gonna be him and Annalie. Okay. So
overall, would you say like Provo's Most Eligible is fake? And if so, like what parts of it are?
I mean, it's like half and half, kind of. It's like half fake, half real. Just saying, like, it was more prompted. It's not like scripted, but it's like prompted stuff. They like prompt the drama. They're like, hey, talk about this girl, or talk about this girl a little bit. So, I mean, part of it was fake. I mean, like, the drama part was fake. But I think the real part was the girls actually falling for Colin. And, like, actually getting feelings for him.
So that's super good to know. Because I feel like a lot of people were watching it like, was this all made up? Like, what... Yeah. How invested were these girls actually into it? But it seems like a lot of them actually really...
Actually, a lot of them were, yeah.
Do you think a lot of girls were actually, like, devastated when they got cut?
I think there were a couple girls that actually were, like, really heartbroken when they got cut, which I felt so bad for. Yeah. But I think at the same time, there's a bunch that are like, okay, well, I can date other guys now, so... Right.
Is there anything else about your experience that you want to share, that you want people to know?
Ooh, I'm trying to think. What's something good to say? I would just say, don't go too hard on the girls, because, like, they had fun with it, you know. A lot of it's just fake drama, so don't give them too much crap for it. But they're all really sweet. Date all those girls. They're wonderful.
Oh my gosh, love that. Go for it. And then one other question as well about Colin. Okay. So I think everybody was kind of heartbroken for him in the last episode with all, like, you guys all leaving. Yeah. How invested would you say he actually is into this project, and was he really, like, as sad as he looked?
I mean, I don't know, because I think towards the end, like, he's definitely gotten more invested in it as he's, like, gone through, because, like, he definitely has feelings for some of the girls. Right. I think he was actually kind of heartbroken when I left. Oh, I felt kind of bad.
It looked like he was.
Yeah, and I was like...
Not to make you feel bad.
No, yeah, but I watched the footage after, and I was like, oh, he genuinely looks sad. I was like, I broke his heart. I was like, I feel so bad. I feel like some of it was, like, a little more scripted, but, like, some of it was,
or
like... Or
he might just be more dramatic than he, like, might have been normally.
Yeah, but I feel like he actually was, like, a little heartbroken with some of the girls leaving, so, yeah.
Well, I'm so excited for the finale to see how it all turns out. So excited to see where everything goes. I'm excited to watch the next season. And if you haven't already, be sure to go check out Annalie on her social media pages.
Everything's Dessert Creator. So if you find me on Instagram, it's @dessert_creator. Okay. And then Twitter is @dessertcreator.
I'll have all of her links down below so you can check her out really quick. Thank you so much for coming on. This was honestly so much fun. And yeah, we'll have to see how everything turns out. Be sure to comment below with who you think is going to win. And we'll see if you guys are right.
She just left.
Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, Annalie just left. Just got a message from Kelly. Well, she just saw my message. Kelly was another girl who got cut like the first day, but I'm shook. She said a lot of stuff that I didn't know, like that a lot of it was prompted. She was awesome. Annalie is so great. She definitely spilled the tea, which we needed. What were you like most shook about? Like what were you surprised?
Yeah, like I said, the whole kiss thing surprised me, just like how it went down.
Yeah, it was so cool talking to her because I feel like we were talking more after, like, just off camera. She's so cool, you guys. Seriously, go subscribe to her. But she actually got a good amount of, like, hate and people thinking she was bratty. And I really, like, I didn't see that really when I was watching the show, but she's a really sweet and genuine person, so I'm glad you guys got to see that. So she's really cool. Don't be mean to the girls. But anyway, after talking to her, I realized I think there's more like fakeness to it than I'd hoped there would be. I figured a lot of it was probably fake, but I didn't want it to be fake, if that makes sense. So I reached out to a couple of the other girls. So before I filmed with Annalie, I had messaged Kate, who was the magic trick girl. I feel like that's how, maybe I shouldn't call her that. I feel like that's how a lot of people know her. She's the girl who did the magic tricks, which was amazing.
She was one of the people that made it to the last episode.
But she's the magic trick girl.
Okay.
I reached out to her. She said she would be willing to come on, but she's really busy. I also reached out to, I know this other girl named Kelly. She's so cute. She was in the first episode, but then she got cut after the first one. But I just want to ask her also about her experience auditioning and everything. So I want to know more about what was actually going on, so I'm gonna keep on searching and see if I can get more info. Okay, I'm so excited. I actually got in touch with my friend Kelly, like I said, and then I also got in touch with Mckenna, and I got some clips, just video clips from them because I didn't have time to interview them. I wanted this video to come out this weekend before the finale, so I'm gonna insert those clips here, and I asked them about the drama, the tea, and if the show is fake, and this is just the responses that they sent to me.
Hey guys, I'm Kelly. I just wanted to thank Mimi for giving me this chance to like tell you guys about my experience on the show. So let's just get right into it. Was the show, is it fake? I want to say some parts of it are fake. The show itself isn't fake. Like Remington really did want to just help Colin out and like hopefully find a soulmate or at least someone to start dating. There's definitely some drama in there that was created from almost nothing. Sometimes the girls would be like, oh, we'll say this to make it seem more dramatic, which is fine, but the way that we did it seemed so fake and so scripted. So there's definitely stuff that is created just for having a dramatic effect, so that's fake. Some of the girls' intentions were fake. I feel like some mostly just did it to like get publicity maybe. I mean, like some of them have boyfriends, so obviously they're not there to date Colin, and that is the real tea, and someone had to say it, so just kidding.
Hey guys, my name's Mckenna and I'm here to answer some questions about Provo's Most Eligible. Is Provo's Most Eligible fake? No. There have only been like probably 1 or 2 times that I was like told what to say. Honestly, most of the time they just like point the camera at us and say, you know, they'll give us a prompt like, how do you feel about so-and-so spending so much time with Colin? Maybe some of you are thinking like, was me riding off on the back of that motorcycle real? Yes. I guess some people are like questioning like, oh, did that just happen? Like, did no one know that was happening? Well, that's not the way that like filming works, you know? They had to know that someone was coming so they could follow me out with a camera, obviously. They knew that that was happening. So I guess maybe some people are getting confused between like fake and like pre-planned, because obviously like things are planned out. You have to know what shots to get, you have to know what type of things are going to happen and when, so that you can know to catch them on camera. If you've seen this most recent episode, you can watch that most of the things that I said were 100% genuine. I didn't even know that most of the things that were put in the episode were filmed. I thought that I was just like talking. And so in that regard, like you can tell that that's completely genuine. I think that something people don't know is that honestly everything is super chill and super great in terms of relationships between all of the contestants and us and Colin. Oftentimes, if mean things are said from one contestant to the other, it's said because we know that y'all want to see drama. But a lot of people are like, oh, I can't believe you did Annalie dirty like that, and like told Colin she had a boyfriend. Well, that was something I was told to say. And like all of the mean things that maybe Annalie said about me in that last episode, like that's not how our relationship really is. So I feel like maybe something the viewers can keep in mind is that this is a show. If we were to keep it like the way that things were in the beginning, no one would want to watch because it wasn't very interesting. And we were told to, you know, spice it up with drama and stuff. So we added what we thought maybe the viewers would like, and that included more drama. But something, yeah, I think that if I were to want the viewers to know anything, it's just that everything is cool in terms of relationships between all of us and all of the participants and Colin and everyone involved.
Okay, so I thought it was super interesting seeing how different both of their perspectives were, and I understand that they were there on the show in different capacities for different lengths and everything, but it was super interesting. I don't want to have a set conclusion saying like, is Provo's most eligible fake or is it not? I want that to be something that you guys can like kind of decide on your own, but just some like overarching themes. They for sure were not given scripts. They were not auditioned to be actors or actresses in the show. It was genuine. Colin is really there to find love. They set up the show for that purpose, and then girls just applied to be a part of it. So they were never given scripts or anything. However, some of it was prompted. So obviously there was someone there interviewing them saying like, okay, tell us about your date or tell us about what you think of the other girls. So they were prompted, but then they also did want to prompt some drama because it is a show. They want it to be entertaining. What I heard from most of the girls is that the drama was pretty much all fake. They all had a great time together. And so that was made up. Then another thing too is some of the girls were fake, or they were just for the wrong reasons. They were just there to become famous or whatever. They weren't actually there to date Colin. But there were a lot of real parts too, and I think the biggest like real part of the show is that Colin is there, he's invested, he wants to find love. A lot of the girls also are actually having true feelings for him too. And so what is real is the relationships that have been developed from the show, both with the romantic relationships, but also just the friendships that were made. So I think that is really cool that there's been a lot of positive that came from it. So is the show fake? Yes and no. I feel like there are some parts that are and some parts that aren't. I want to thank Mckenna and Keli for sending me in some video clips. They are both just so adorable. Please go follow them on Instagram. Send them some love. They were awesome for helping us out with this project. And of course, Annalie, who came on and we got to talk to in person. They were seriously all so amazing and friendly and great to work with. And I'm so glad that I got to meet them. That's all that I have for you guys. If there's anything else that you felt like wasn't covered and you want me to go more in depth on, please let me know. But I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments what your opinions are on the show, if you think it's fake, if you like the show, if you don't like it. I want to start a discussion and I hope we could all chat. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this kind of content, please give me a thumbs up on this video so I know. I feel like I'm trying to channel like my inner Shane Dawson. I love his conspiracy theory videos. Let me know if you like this style of content. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I upload videos every single week, and you can get in touch with me anytime on my different social media platforms, and I'll have those all linked down below. So thanks so much for watching again, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.